All right. Well, welcome, Yuri, and everybody to our Web3 panel, the latest developments in Web3 and crypto. Very, very excited to be speaking with Yuri today. Perhaps we can start with some introductions. Your name, company one-liner, and your background. Yuri?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Yuri. I'm so happy to be here today. So I'm a co-founder of WallChain. I'm on venture team at Orange DAO, Y Combinator alum, and ex-Googler. Yep.
Awesome. And can you give us a one-liner about Wallchain as well?
Sure. So WallChain is a Web3 cashback and anti-bot solution. We pay Web3 users cashback when they trade on exchanges. So 50% of volume on DeFi are bots, which make money on users. And we prevent those bots and pay back the money that bots were going to make on users. We pay it back to users in the form of a cashback.
Awesome, awesome, and I'm very excited to dive deeper into all that as well, as crypto can be confusing to some, including myself. So, but yeah, a quick intro for me. I'm Jeremy Lam. I'm founder and CEO of Venue, and we create metaverse conference experiences to help you solve business problems, acquire customers, acquire investors, and engage and advertise to your existing community. And we're also a Y Combinator company. Curious, Yuri, what batch were you?
Batch W21.
Oh, same here. We're in the same batch. Excellent, excellent. A lot of
Yeah,
synergy.
what
Cool.
a coincidence.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna hit you with a tough question to start off with. So, the crypto space has taken a big hit in the public perception since the global economic downturn after the pandemic. This year. So, can you explain and help us understand our audience of customers and partners and investors and ordinary individuals, um, the why crypto is real, why the work you're doing is real, adds real value, why it will withstand the economic downturn, and what your work will grow into in the future, your vision.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I actually think it's much more real than traditional banks because banks are only numbers that are shown to your account, and crypto it's on real blockchain. You can feel it. And Wallchain's mission is to make Web3 a more healthy and safe environment because we think that people don't feel safe about blockchain and Web3 as they have rumors about a lot of hacks, and in like traditional banks they kind of feel safe, they feel protected by the government and so on. And we are bringing the safety to Web3. We are protection protocol which protects users from bots, from malicious actors, and again we bring healthy and safe environment for Web3 users.
Awesome. And I want to delineate between the security that you provide and the security that my shallow understanding of the blockchain itself provides. So can you help us break down the blockchain, the ledger system provides its own security. The whole idea of NFTs is it's non-fungible. You can't copy it. It's supposed to be hard to hack. Can you tell us about the protection layer that you're providing? Can you
Yeah,
elaborate more on the bots, right? So tell us about the problem there? Yeah.
sure. So we are focused on bots. Like for example, when you create a transaction, it goes to mempool, which is a queue to blockchain, and it's being queued with many other transactions. And there are some bots which monitor this queue, which monitors this mempool, and they can do malicious actions to your transaction. They can front run you. They can do sandwich attacks. They can back run you, do like things like arbitrage. For example, if you go to one of the exchanges and you send a swap transaction, a bot may perform a sandwich attack. It means they buy a token before your swap, which increases the price of the token for you as a user. So you are paying more for your swap. And then after your swap, the price is increased one more time, once again. So after that, they sell their stake and they make money on your purchase. That's one of the common types of attack. For there is like also NFT front running. When you try to mint NFTs, they front run your mint and get like this NFT in front of you. When you try to liquidate your position. Bots may front run your liquidate transaction and take the liquidity fee instead of you. They may do arbitrage. Swaps create arbitrage opportunities because when you change tokens, when you swap tokens, it creates a local price difference. So it's possible to buy cheap locally and sell high at the market rate. That's called arbitrage, and that's what bots do. And this money is actually taken from users and from protocol owners because of like inefficiency in the protocol, in the formula. And we eliminate bots, we eliminate this inefficiency, we grab this extra portion of profit, share it with the user as a cashback and with the protocol as well.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. You're basically giving that back, right? Instead of having the bots be making that money. So just this specific question for the security engineers and very technical people out there, can you help us understand? And that sounds like a huge vulnerability that y'all are solving. How do you get rid of the bots? Like how does Wallchain work? How
Sure.
does it succeed? Yeah.
I love that question. So there are players in this space which operate on the mempool level, on the transaction level. Like one of them are flashbots. So they take control of this mempool and they create private mempools. So instead of sending your transaction to the public mempool where bots can monitor you, they create private mempools which are like safe and you don't get exposed to the bots if you don't want to, or you can get exposed only to like good bots which don't create harm to you. They don't front run you. And Wallchain, we get inside the transaction. So we get inside the transaction on application level before the transaction is even signed. So we kind of insert our strategies in your transaction, and then you don't need to worry where do you send your transaction. You can send it to any mempool, and it will be fine. It will be protected, and bots would not harm you because it's impossible to split Wallchain and user action because it's atomically signed in one transaction. And when it's in mempool, we don't care about reordering because it's impossible to split Wallchain and user action.
Very, very cool. Thank you so much. So I want to hear a little bit about like your customers. And largely, what is sort of the demographic? Is it the sort of NFT traders? Is it the blockchain, coin, miners, or who is using Wallchain?
Yeah, so we are a B2B company. Firstly, we are partnering with exchanges. Right now, we are partnered with DeFi Network, Baby Doge, ApeSwap, QuickSwap. We are about to announce some range of new partnerships as well. So firstly, these are decentralized exchanges. We're also working on our B2C solution, where every Web3 user can just install Wallchain and get cashback on their DeFi transactions. And instead of being attacked by bots, they get the revenues that bots were going to make on users.
I'm curious, when the businesses, the exchanges use Wallchain, who gets the cash back there?
So it's split between Wallchain, us, users, like Web3 user swappers, and part of the revenue also goes to the protocol owner because they like let us operate on their protocol.
Got it. Okay. Wow. I mean, this seems like a very straightforward business model, right? There's
Kind of,
money
yeah.
on the table, and you're just distributing it to the right people. So you mentioned you're developing a consumer a B2C solution here. I'm curious, did has there been a lot of feedback, like requesting for something like that? Can you elaborate on sort of the use cases that you're targeting there? How are people going to use that?
Yeah, so our mission, our target is to democratize the MEV, the bots revenue, what bots make from the community. We're going to democratize it and bring it back to the community. And the best way it is to give power back to the community, which are users. So partnering with protocols, with exchanges is our like go-to-market strategy right now because it's like easier for us. We onboard Baby Doge and we get 1 million users. but it's like much harder to get 1 million users to install your one particular tool. But in the long term, as a long-term goal, we see it more like it's much more efficient for the community. It would bring more benefit to the community when they have this standalone application watching for themselves, and they can use whatever protocols they want to use to get cashback. So we don't need to partner with all of the protocols.
Yeah, very, very fascinating. So when you're selling to when you're doing your B2B sales, and you're selling to the exchanges, what's your sales pitch? And what are some of the results that you've seen, right? The success metrics. Do you measure your success in like this extra revenue that you make people, or success in measuring security, right? And enhancement. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the results? Yeah.
Sure. So we come to exchanges and say, hey, we will increase revenue for you. We will give extra bonuses to your users and protect them from some harmful bots attacks. And it's like very obvious for them that it's beneficial for them getting extra revenue, especially in this bear market where many of things are going down, and the extra revenue flow is no way bad for the protocol. And they also increase the retention for users because like extra like better rates for users. They get more money for their trade. We also like helping with aggregating the liquidity for the DEXs. And if we have time, I can also tell a few words about next wall chain upgrades that we are preparing, which would dramatically change the way liquidity providing works. It will. So we are preparing a model which would make liquidity providing much more efficient, which would increase the returns for liquidity providing. Like right now for Uniswap V3 pools, where you have the concept of concentrated liquidity. For example, you have 100 pairs of tokens where users can come and swap their tokens. And a lot of liquidity is spread in this like 100 pairs. And in this concept, Uniswap V3, the more narrow in the more narrow range you provide liquidity, the more return you get on your provided liquidity. So you need to specify a very narrow range, but it's hard to do because you don't know the market. The market is very volatile. So in this case, we are providing one huge liquidity pool where everyone can put their money in, and we will use it for every swap. So a user swap comes in, they swap in token A to token B in one of these 100 pairs. We are providing a ton of liquidity, a lot of liquidity, just before this swap in extremely narrow range, as narrow as technically possible. Execute the user swap and take back that liquidity and put it in the one huge liquidity pool. So it's beneficial for users because we give them a ton of liquidity and make their trades as efficient as possible. The swap rate would be even better than on aggregators. So that's beneficial for users. And it's also beneficial for liquidity providers because their liquidity will be always in the most extremely narrow range.
Very cool. I think everything that we've heard so far, it's been a win-win-win, right? Like greater security, more revenue for the business and the consumers, and this optimization of the liquidity that you're talking about that you're developing here. I'm curious, what are the major challenges that you're seeing, either selling to the exchanges, or or if it's with the bots, or the, I'm sure the extremely technical, right? There must be I'm curious, what are sort of the top of mind challenges that you're solving right now?
So firstly, as you said, it's like win-win-win for everybody. That's why we all here in Web3, everyone is here to win. And the most challenges, like firstly, of course, technical, because a lot of stuff needs to be developed. Secondly, are the sales, and sales where I guess sales are performed differently in Web3 because with most of our clients, we speak on Telegram, and we started as an anonymous group. Like we didn't reveal our names, our LinkedIn or something, and we still don't know many of like real names or real like accounts, personas of our customers, and it's hard to trust someone. Sorry.
Why is that? How did that start? Is it just the culture, or is there like a business reason for it?
It was many reasons and culture as well. Yeah, some legal reasons maybe.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we actually found it's much better to be like open. It's better to do sales, and yeah, but sometimes you don't know who's the person behind the Telegram handle who you're talking to, but this person is operating a huge business, huge company with tens of millions of dollars daily volume, and yeah, you need to build trust, build relationships and partnership with this person, and it's built differently in Web3. Yeah, for us, the best reach out channel was Telegram. We got zero replies on emails that we sent for Web3 customers, and like a lot of replies on Telegram.
Wow, that's key, and it's fascinating that I don't know if any other industry I can think of operates that way, right? Anonymously
Yeah,
to do business like on Telegram. That's so interesting. Okay, so we're sort of wrapping up our chat here. Can you tell us what is your vision for the future of crypto, Web3, metaverse, and what role do you wish Wallchain to play in
sure.
it?
It's hard to talk about vision of crypto considering the recent FTX and Binance events. Yeah, but imagine if FTX and Binance were like completely decentralized. Maybe things were different, and it wouldn't go
But
that
my
way.
question there is, right, like, is that not part of the journey of the
Yes, that's
development
a
of these
part of the journey.
technologies,
That's a part of
right?
the journey. Like many people would think like raise more concerns about crypto considering these events, but many people would consider going more deeper in Web3 and not staying on
Yeah.
centralized exchanges. Yeah, but so, like people see that centralized world is getting more uh, like is more risky, and
Yeah.
Web3 is getting more safer. And this is the way, this is a trend that we are following, and we are also pushing towards, and like you invited everyone to join.
Very cool. And I'm curious, right? Because already during our discussion, you've talked about how security and then the cashback, and you're developing the liquidation developments. Where do you see the vision of your company? Like, how do you want to grow and scale? Like, do you want to continue sort of go deeper and deeper in being the best at what you do now, or do you have like a other areas that you wish to expand into? I'm curious.
Yeah, so we are layers that stands between user and the blockchain, and how the transaction is being sent to blockchain. And we are standing there to protect the user and to bring all of the benefits and all of the efficiency that is possible technically on chain. This will create a healthier and safer environment for all Web3 users, and it will ensure that they're getting the most and the best from the blockchain that they can get. This is like the layers that will connect all of the users and all of the protocols together.
Got it. Thank you so much, Yuri. So last question. What business opportunities are you offering and seeking at this conference? Who should come talk to you, basically, and what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. So if you just want to talk about DeFi, feel free to reach out on LinkedIn or Twitter. If you have connections with decentralized exchanges that trade more than $200 per day, feel free to DM. Um, if you're interested in our wall chain B2C solution and you want to get your cashback on your DeFi transactions, if you're interested in in a more efficient liquidity providing that we are launching for Uniswap v3, feel free to reach out as well. As a member of Orange DAO venture team, or if you're building in Web3 and you're looking for funding and you're looking to support, you're looking to get 1,000 Y Combinator crypto founders to give you advice and support with your Web3 journey, feel free to DM and I'll help you drafting your Orange DAO applications there as well. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. And the name of that community, one more time, that you're
Orange
part of?
DAO.
Nice, nice, very
Orange
cool.
DAO, yeah. Y Combinator Crypto Alumni Fund.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, yeah, you're helping out the ecosystem just from all different angles. That's amazing. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you. I learned so much, and there's still so much more exciting things going on in crypto. So very glad I got to speak with you today, Yuri. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much, Jeremy. Thank you so much for having me today. And yeah, see you in Metaverse.
See you in the metaverse. Thank you.